Hi, I am Brittany, and I hope that you are blessed and doing well. I just want to welcome all my valued Kingdom girls. It's great to be back, and I'm coming with another word of encouragement. And the topic today is all about love. So I always try to start out the video with, well, first of all, how you doing today? I hope that you are blessed and that you are doing well. I hope that you are having an amazing day. And if not, always remember that tomorrow is a new day, a new start. And you can always start again in the moment, the next moment as something happens. But just keep in mind that it will and can get better and that your situation is just temporary. So as I was saying before, I always try to start out the video with saying love on you, like only you can love on you, and the only person that can love you better is your creator, is your father in heaven. He's the only one that can love you better. And since my topic is about love, because God is love, I just want to encourage you to love on you. Love is so instrumental in our journey in life. We love our family, we love our significant other, we love our friends, and you should love your church members and your neighbors. And then we're also called to love our enemies and those that don't treat us well. So love is just an intricate part of humanity. And we are encouraged, we are called to love others even when they don't love us. And that is a very hard thing to do. It's hard to love someone after they cursed you out or told you off or said some negative things about you. It's hard to love on people. Like let's be real. It's hard to love on people when they don't mean you well. But we are called as Christians to love others. And in order to love others, you have to love you. I remember being in a relationship a while back, and I would always tell the guy that I was with that sometimes I did not feel his love because I didn't feel like he loved himself like he needed to love on him. So I just feel like others around us, when we don't love us like we're supposed to love on us, our standards and our values are not where they need to be. It's impossible to love others well when you don't love you well. You don't have a great perspective of you, and you're not showing up and caring for you like you should. So I am just wanting to encourage you to just love on you. There are so many, and again, if you see me looking down, I'm pulling up a few notes, but there are so many verses in the Bible that that speak about love. So many verses about love. And I remember that verse in the Bible when when the commandments were given, and then later on, uh Jesus just tells us of all the commandments, the greatest one is love. You must love your neighbors, you must love other people. We're called to love, so we just have to keep that in mind. And again, it starts with loving on you. How are you showing up for you? Do you love on you when you wake up in the morning? Do you feel loved? Do you feel blessed? Or is the first thing you say when you look in the mirror, you're saying something negative about you? Are you really loving on you? Are you giving yourself grace? Um, Oftentimes, I know that I am guilty of it as well. We can love others. We can encourage others. We could give other people grace. But when it comes to ourselves, sometimes we're the hardest on us. We don't love on us like we should love on us. So that is why I always try to remind you in the videos as they come forth, is to just love on you. Like only you can love on you, because you has to love you. And in order for you to love on you, what I'm learning is you got to keep getting in communication and connection with your creator, because God is love, and he shows us and teaches us how to love us, which will in turn teach us how to love others the way that we should love them. So it's just a continuous cycle. Get in the habit of getting in conversation, praying, and loving on Jesus, loving on God. And as you do that, he's going to teach you to love on you, to give yourself some grace and to love on you. And as you start to love on you, you can pour in and love onto others. So just a wonderful circle of love. All right. So I have a question for you. So when I was thinking about love and like, what am I going to say as I was praying, like, Lord, what am I going to say about love? Love is needed. The world needs more love. We hear all of those things, and all of those things are so true. But I just feel like it starts with us. We got to love on us. So when was the last time you looked in the mirror and told yourself, I love you? Just look in the mirror. Soon as you get up, no makeup, you ain't even wash your face, brush your teeth, you ain't looking cute, maybe your bonnet's still on, because I know mine would still be on. Your bonnet is on, your breath still hot, sleep might still be in your eye, but you get in the mirror, you look at yourself and say, girl, I love you. When was the last time you did that? When was the last time I mean, before you get cute, before you smelling good and looking right, when was the last time you got in the mirror and you just said, I love you? I love you, girl. I love you. And what I can say about me is I've struggled with a lot of things in my life. And loving me was one of the things that was on the top of the list of my struggles, is loving me. So every morning I try to say, I love you, girl. You are beautiful. You are gorgeous. You are made in God's image. You have purpose in you. I try to speak life over myself each and every day. And it is working. It takes time, and it's something you have to do daily. Because some days you're not going to feel it. I know that time around the month, and I'm just like, a pimple popping up here and there. And just like, But still, just love on you. Speak life. Tell yourself you're gorgeous, you're beautiful. Before anybody else does, you should be the first one to say it for yourself. So leave that there where it is. But we are made in God's image, like I said before. And the verse that I was studying was Genesis chapter 1:27. God created humanity in God's own image. In the divine image, God created them, both male and female. God created them. So he created us in his image. So if you say you love God, how can you not love you? You are created in his image. So you got to love on you. You got to show yourself some love. Meaning you're not letting people talk to you and treat you any kind of way. You don't let people just come and just do anything to you. You got to love on you. Carry yourself with love, so that other people we treat other people how to love us, how to care for us, how to treat us with how we show up in the world, how we love on us, how we present ourselves, how we present Christ. It all goes hand in hand. We're treating others how they should love and care for us when we love and care for us. So keep that in mind, ladies, to show up and love on you. It's important. It's a journey. It's not something that, you're going to just come to terms with in a day or two. It's a journey. And this channel is all about healing, restoration, coming to terms with who God has called you to be, and encouraging you along the way on the journey, because it is a journey of becoming a better version of you. It's a daily choice to allow God to just continue to mold you and shape you. And you got to show up for you. Each day you got to ask God, how can I serve today? How can I love today? How can I bring joy to others today? It's just a constant thing. You're going to have to just go to God and ask him to guide you in those moments. But make sure as you're going through your day that you're loving on you. That is so important. Another verse, that I came across was from Psalms, and it's Psalms 139:13-14. And it's another verse to just encourage you about how much God loved you and how he took the time to love you before you were born. He just had these great plans and purpose for your life. And we sometimes, it takes us a moment to get to that place, but when you get there, just continue to trust God in those times. You eventually, it's going to happen. You're going to love you, and you're going to show up in this world and be that woman that God called you to be. So here's the verse, ladies, that I want to encourage you with. You are the one who created my innermost parts. You knit me together while I was still in my mother's womb. Before I took my first breath on this earth, you had me in mind, Father. I give thanks to you that I was marvelously set apart. Your works are wonderful. I know that very well. Psalms 139:13-14. And these are all verses that you can kind of jot down, that you can read over, speak over your life, and just know how loved and chosen you are, because God had you in mind way before your parents conceived you. So we need to honor God with how you love on you. And I'm just going to continue to just remind you, you gotta love on you, because we honor God with how we love us, how we show up for us, how we take care of us, how we just love on other people. And again, before you can love on others like they need to be loved, you gotta love on you. Make time for you. And I know as parents, as daughters, as wives, as career women, and just having so many hats that you have, sometimes you put yourself on the back burner. It happens to us all, but make sure you take time to love on you. I always think of how on a plane it always says that you must grab your mask for you first, right? Because you're not going to be any good to your child or anybody else that's in your care if you're not taking care of you first. So make sure you're pouring in to you, and you're allowing God to do that through his love. But like they always say, you can't pour from an empty cup, you know? You can't. and then of course, with talking about love, you gotta go to the verses in 1 Corinthians, which are some of my favorite verses. I am going to read 1 Corinthians 13:4-7, and it is love is patient, love is kind. It isn't jealous, it doesn't brag, it isn't arrogant, it isn't rude, it doesn't seek its own advantage. It isn't irritable. It doesn't keep a record of complaints. It isn't happy with an injustice, but it is happy with truth. Love puts up with all things, trust in all things, hope in all things, endures in all things. And then I believe the verse after that starts out with love never fails. And when I read that, I just replace love with God. God never fails. Love never fails, because God is love and it never fails. And that same power is inside of you, when you can love the people in your life and you can love the people that you come into contact with. And as believers, he has called us to love. He has called us to love. Love the people around you in your world that you come into contact with every day, your family, your friends, everybody in connection to you. You're called to love on them, but make sure you are loving on you as well. That is so, so very important. And as I'm talking about love, and as I'm encouraging you, just continue to seek the face of God. Ask God, how can I love me better? My prayer, one of the things I'm always asking God is, Lord, help me to see me like you see me. Because when we look in the mirror, we see our flaws. We see our imperfection. We see our scars. Excuse me, my nose is doing a little something because it's the sinus, my sinuses. But we see the flaws, we see the scars, we see the pain sometimes. We see, just all the blemishes and imperfections. But I'm like, Lord, how do you see me? Help me to adapt your perspective of me for myself so that I can love me the way I'm supposed to love me, so I can show up in my life better for those around me, because I'm full of God's love and I can extend that love to others. So I just encourage you ladies, like we always say in our videos, love on you like only you can love on you. And the only person that can love you better is your Creator, our Father in heaven. Have an amazing day, and I will see you very, very soon. Make sure to love on you so that you can love on others. And keep in mind how much God loves you. Bye-bye.